Hi and welcome to Outdoor World Direct. Today we're going to take a look at the Movelite series of driveway awnings. The driveway awning is designed in three heights. It's designed in a Lowline, a Midline and a Highline, all of which fit different heights of vehicles. I will go through that a little bit later in the video. So the Movelite is a driveway awning. So what does that mean? It means it attaches to your van, but also it freestands. So the purpose of this is that if you want to take the van off site for the day and have the leisure of the vehicle, you've got that, and this will freestand and it'll be ready for when you get back to reattach to your camper van. The Movelite are what I call a sideways fitting awning. So the awning is going to face the same direction as your van. So a lot of awnings you might see they come out from the van like this way, but this one it's going to sit parallel to your camper van. So your van will be here on my right hand side with the the front of the van facing the same direction as the awning. And this maximises the size on a campsite pitch. So you can have a much bigger awning for the same kind of pitch size because you're not coming out too far from the van lengthways, you're going sideways instead. So to quickly run through the different heights available in this awning, because it's available in three different sizes. This is the connecting panel. So it sits up to the side of the awning, and the purpose of the connecting panel is obviously to connect it up to your motorhome, camper van, whatever type of vehicle that you have. So the connecting panel is available in three sizes. So the awning, you've got the Lowline, the Midline and the Highline. The Lowline is typically designed for a VW style camper van. So that's going to fit any van between a height of 180 to 220 centimetres tall. Then you've got the Midline, which is also a really popular size. It fits like your Peugeot Boxer style van that's like a mid-height van, or it fits compact motorhomes like a Swift Compact, and that's something like 220 to 255 centimetres high. Then you've got the Highline. So the Highline is obviously for the highest vehicles, so that's typically for your motorhomes that have got the rail right up at the top of the motorhome. The height on Highline is between 255 to 305 centimetres. So the whole idea is you purchase whichever fits the height of your van. So the first thing to do is measure the rail height on your van, or the height of the van, and then see where you fall in parameters to these. So typically most camper vans are a low, most motorhomes are a tall. So the connecting panel, when you take the awning away from the van, so once you detach this connecting panel, it actually rolls back against the side of the awning to create a nice snug fit so that the awning freestands without this flapping around in the wind. The connecting panel itself has got two doors. It's got one either side of the connecting panel. So if you can imagine, your van's going to be sat here facing out that way, and then you're going to be able to walk into this connecting panel to get into your van without actually having to go in the awning. The beauty of this is that if somebody's sleeping in the awning, or if you want to use that as a social space, you don't have to interrupt the people in there. You can just get into the van via a side door. So the connecting panel, as mentioned, it packs away and it rolls up to the side here to create a nice clean awning once you detach. There's two different ways typically most people would attach this. They'd either use storm straps and throw them over the top of their vehicle and then peg them down the other side, or you can use the K-door strip. The K-door strip is attached to every single awning, whether it's a low, mid or high. The K-door is in both a 4mm and a 6mm, and the idea of this is that you just thread that into your rail or a driveway kit, and that will then allow you to easily remove the awning from the vehicle when you want to take the van off site. So I'd recommend the K-door strip because it's the best method of fitting, and it's the most snuggest, and also if you use a driveway kit in conjunction with that, it makes it very easy for you to detach and leave the van on, leave the awning on site whilst you take the van off site. So the Movelite is the largest awning that we kind of do in our driveway collection. It's really versatile. You can do a lot with this awning. You can change it. It's got a lot of optional extras which I will run through. Firstly, the awning though, this is kind of a free zone design of an awning if you like. So you've got the open porch space here, which you can extend with a canopy which goes on the front to take it further out towards the camera. You also have a porch door which zips on. So if you wanted to enclose this area and have this as like a third enclosed zone, you could use the porch door to do so. You've then got the sewn in living space behind me, which is a ground sheeted space which is totally sewn in all the way around. It does have a drop down door just to the side here into your camper van. You've got a zip rear door which you can take out and put an annex in there, so you can add a bedroom to the rear, or you can add the 2-person or 4-person inners to this living space just here behind me. So you've got really versatile options. You can either add the annex so you keep all this as living space, or you can add a driveway bedroom into this space here. So inside the awning, this would be your door that takes you into your living space of your camper van. So ideally your habitation door wants to be on your passenger side so that it all faces the same way, and this is the door you'd walk through to get into your camper van. You've then got a door to my left which is also backed by a mesh door, so there's two doors there. There's a waterproof panel door and then there's a mesh door. The mesh door just gets a little bit of breathability and ventilation into the awning. Polyester does get condensation, so having a mesh door somewhere just allows you to open it up during the day, get some airflow in and dry up any condensation that might have occurred inside the awning. There's also a doorway here, so you've got two doors here essentially either side of this beam, and you can completely open this and make it one large opening into your habitation area. You've then got the rear door here. You've got a window to my left hand side which again is backed by a zipped privacy curtain. You've also got a window up in the roof panel which the curtain doesn't reach up to, but nobody should be able to see at that height anyway. So you've got lots of usable space in here. You've got a lot of options. You can either add an inner to the rear of the actual awning, or you can add a 2-person or a 4-person inner where I'm stood now. So it just depends on how you want to use this space, but it's really customizable to how you might want to use it, and there's so many additions for this product that actually it makes it versatile for pretty much anyone's use. The Movelite is an inflatable awning. This makes it a lot quicker to pitch than a traditional pole and sleeve awning. And also the beauty of air tubes is it's got less chance of damaging your van. With the more poles you have and the more poles you have around, if one of them poles snaps or the wind takes it or you have an accident setting it up, you could quite easily scratch your van. So the beauty of the air tubes is it's much harder for people to damage them, it's much harder for them really to cause an error. So I really like the inflatable design. It just makes life quick and simple. You're looking at 2 minutes a beam tops. The awning comes with the pump, so there's 4 beams here. You're looking at 8 minutes to roughly inflate this at the most. You can also use an electric pump so that you can do other things while the awning actually inflates itself. So you have a valve to the base of each beam. You simply click on the pump and then it inflates it. Also it's got a deflate setting on there so that you can get all the air out of the tube when you come to pack away. So this system, this air system, it's tried and tested. It's the oxygen airframe system. It's got the intelligent frame relief on it. What this is that if you overinflate the beam, you will hear a hissing, and it's got a second valve on it which is letting the excess air out of the tube. So if you're in hot conditions and the beams maybe swell slightly in the hot conditions, then it will let that air out so that you won't have any problems with overexpansion of tubes. The other great feature of the Outdoor Revs air products is that you actually get a lifetime warranty, so it's the lifetime of the product. So if you ever have a deflation or an issue with a tube, Outdoor Revolution will replace it free of charge, but you must register the warranty within 7 days of purchase. So to recap the Outdoor Revolution Movelite range of awnings, they're available in 3 sizes. We've got a Lowline, a Midline and a Highline. So you just want to check the height of your actual rail or the height of your vehicle before you make your purchase, just to make sure that you've got the right height, because you don't want to buy the wrong one and find it won't attach up to the side of the van. The second thing about these is it's a sideways fitting awning, so it's going to face the same way as your van, so hopefully your habitation door should be on the passenger side. It's a really versatile awning. It's got the ability to drive away, so you can detach it from your van and take your van off site, and it will freestand quite comfortably on its own. You just roll up the connecting panel. There's a lot of optional extras and I'll run through all of them right now. So we've got the zip-on canopy which zips onto the front and gives you a bit more space to the front here and creates a more weather safe area to the front of the awning. You've got the zip-on door which also zips on and encloses this front area. You've then got the carpet for the living space, which covers all of this living space here to add a bit of warmth to the living space. The footprint's one of the most important ones, because if you're on a hard standing pitch or if you're in boggy conditions, you can put the footprint down first before you pitch the awning, and then you pitch the awning secondary, and that will protect this zoning ground sheet. Also, when you come to pack away the awning, it should be dry because you've used the footprint, so the footprint's really important. You've also got a 2 or a 4 berth inner tent, so you can use either or. So if you're wanting to sleep 4 people in here, you can put the full inner in, which fits the whole of this area to the rear, or you can put a 2 in which just fits half of it, and you can keep half as storage or living space. If you don't want to put an inner tent in this living space, you can use the annex, which is sold separately again, and that zips into the back door there, and that gives you a 2-person inner to the rear of the awning without losing this living space. You've also got doors, 2 doors here, and they can be opened fully to create one large area into the habitation space. You can have a massive storage just outside your actual camper van. And that really about covers it. That's all your optional extras really. So this is a great awning. It's in a 75 denier roughly. I think this fabric equates to about 75 denier, so it's a nice, it's still lightweight but it's still quite durable. It's not like the entry level of the Caymans, which are quite thin. This is a much nicer fabric. You've got the really strong thick oxygen air tubes with it as well. It's a great awning. It's always worth, if you can get in store to see one, to go and see one, and definitely measure your rail before you make a purchase decision, and just make sure that you pick the right one, because the Lowline is going to fit a camper van, the Midline is going to fit a taller van, and the Highline, as we call it, is for motorhomes over 255 centimetres tall. So just make sure you get the right awning for your van. If you've got any questions, please drop them in the comments box and hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.